my MTV. I'm savage! I'm a savage! Oh! I'm a savage! Whatever I want, I'm going to get! Whatever I want, I have to get!
Exactly. That's what he is. He always gets what he wants. Or, at least, that's what he thinks. He'll never let anyone stand in his way. No one. Even if it means crossing the line, breaking the rules, or silencing those who dare to challenge him. He doesn't care what people think. He doesn't care who gets hurt. If he wants it, he'll take it. But how did a young singer end up on his bad side? And why does it feel like the truth was right there the whole time, right in front of our eyes?
You know what I mean? It's between me and him, and only he knows. So every time he say it didn't happen, or that's the only thing that makes this become an issue.
Tupac was a force, a poet, an actor, a revolutionary. He came from struggle, but that struggle made him. Born Lesane Parish Crooks, later renamed Tupac Amaru Shakur. He was raised by the Black Panther activists, shaped by the streets, and hardened by betrayal. By the early 90s, Tupac had become more than just a musician. He was a symbol.
This world is such a, and when I say this world, I mean it. I don't mean in an ideal sense. I mean in every day, every little thing you do. It's such a, gimme, gimme, gimme. Everybody back off. You know, everybody's like, you taught that from school, everywhere. Big business. You want to be successful? You want to be like Trump? Gimme, gimme, gimme. Push, 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 push. Step, step, step. Crush, crush, crush. That's how it all is. And it's like, nobody ever stopped. Just, you know, I feel like instead of us just being like, slavery's bad, slavery's down, bad whitey, bad whitey. I mean, all right, let's stop that.
And symbols, especially powerful ones, always have enemies. Meanwhile, on the East Coast, another empire was rising. Sean Diddy Combs has just founded Bad Boy Records, launching the careers of the notorious B.I.G. and Craig Mack. The rap game was shifting. Two coasts, two powerhouses, two different styles. And in the middle of it all, Tupac. Then came 1994, a night that changed everything. Tupac was in New York at Quad Studios, walking into what he thought was just another recording session. But the moment he stepped inside, gunfire erupted. 5 shots, blood everywhere. As he was carried out on a stretcher, barely conscious, he did something that made headlines. He lifted his hand and flipped off the notorious B.I.G. But it wasn't just the shooting that shook Tupac, it was the silence that followed. But why would he even do that?
Half of New Yorkers commenting on me getting shot. And before, they was all like, we didn't see nothing. In the first issue, we did 5 viewers. Nobody seen shit. The 4th issue, when they came back with a reply, everybody knew what I did. They knew what I said. I was acting. Who gets shot 5 times in acts? Oh, I didn't get shot 5 times in their vision.
He felt as if the people in the studio, Diddy, Biggie, and others, just stood there, watching. No panic, no concern, no rush to help. Nobody approached me. I noticed that nobody would look at me, he said. He remembered seeing Diddy in the room, looking completely unbothered. Puffy was standing back too, Tupac said. I knew Puffy. He knew how much stuff I had done for Biggie before he came out.
I only got shot once because they found the bullet. The police found it, but now they the cops. Now they doing detective work. They found the bullet. Oh, you found the bullet, huh? So what is this other shit in me then? What was the doctors talking about? What? Can you explain these other holes in me?
Diddy, of course, denied having anything to do with the shooting. He brushed off any accusations, claiming Tupac was directing his anger at the wrong people. He ain't mad at the N-words that shot him. He knows where they're at. He knows who shot him. Diddy said. If you ask him, he knows. And everybody in the street knows. And he's not stepping to them. To me, that's some real sucker shit. But others weren't so sure. Some people out there already knew something was up. One of them was Suge Knight, the powerhouse behind Death Row Records, and Tupac's future mentor, who wasn't one to keep his mouth shut. Without naming names, he took a clear shot at Bad Boy Records, saying, "Any artist out there that wants to be an artist and stay a star and don't have to worry about the executive producer trying to be all in the videos, all on the record, dancing. Come to death row. Diddy later claimed he confronted Suge about it, but Suge brushed it off, saying he was talking about Jermaine Dupri. A weak excuse or a smart dodge? Tupac didn't know it yet, but this was only the beginning. The lines were being drawn, loyalties were shifting, and what came next? It would change hip-hop forever. Tupac was done playing defense. The industry had turned its back on him, and now he had a choice: stay quiet or fight back. While sitting in prison, staring down a 4.5-year sentence, an offer came that changed everything. Suge Knight walked in with a deal: freedom for a price, $1.4 million. That's all it took to bail Tupac out. But there was a catch. He had to sign it with Death Row. And he did. With Death Row behind him, Tupac was untouchable. All Eyes on Me. The album was a monster. Death Row's biggest release. Meanwhile, Biggie had something to say too. His song Long Kiss Goodnight had lyrics that felt personal. People were convinced it was a shot at Tupac, a lyrical bullet disguised as a song. But Diddy denied it all. If Biggie was going to do a song about Tupac, he would have just come out with it and said his name. And then came September 7th, 1996, which was probably Diddy's way to answer. Tupac was in Las Vegas with Suge Knight, celebrating another fight night. Bruce Seldon versus Mike Tyson. But after the match, things took a turn. In the MGM Grand Lobby, security cameras caught something that would haunt the case forever: Tupac and Suge's entourage attacking a man. That man? Orlando Anderson, a known Crips member. Hours later, Tupac was in a black BMW with Suge, driving through the Las Vegas Strip. They stopped at a red light. A white Cadillac pulled up beside them, and before anyone could react,
Suge looks over, he sees you.
Yeah.
He looks right at you.
Yeah, he looks at me.
gunfire. The street erupted in chaos. Bullets tore through the car. Tupac was slumped over, riddled with gunshot wounds. Suge was hit too, but he survived. Paramedics rushed him to the University Medical Center of Southern Nevada. Tupac fought. He held on. But 6 days later, on September 13, 1996, his body gave up. Respiratory failure, cardiac arrest. A life too big to be contained, gone at 4:03 p.m. The world was in shock. The East Coast-West Coast war had taken its biggest casualty. And just when it seemed like things couldn't get worse, March 9, 1997. 6 months after Tupac's murder, Biggie Smalls was in Los Angeles, leaving a vibe after-party. His Suburban was cruising down Wilshire Boulevard when a black Chevrolet Impala SS pulled up beside it. The window had rolled down. A 9mm pistol flashed.
Somebody got shot.
4 shots, Biggie was gone. The war that had started with words ended with blood. And now, the world was asking the same question. Who was pulling the strings? The Los Angeles Times published a bombshell article claiming new evidence linked Diddy to the very attack Tupac always suspected was a setup. But just as quickly as the claim spread, the paper retracted its story. FBI reports were found to be fabricated. And then, silence.
Now, it was this documentary that claimed, which we know wasn't true.
Yeah, check this out. We don't talk about things that are nonsense.
we don't even entertain nonsense, my brother. So we not even gonna go there, with all due respect, but I appreciate you as a journalist asking. Thank you.
Cause you listen, 7 years ago I'd have been like, yo, did you hire somebody to kill Pac? But no, you do it like a journalist.
Yeah, no, I mean, we wouldn't even get into nonsense like that. You know what I'm saying? It's nonsense.
Which we never believed, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
No arrests, no justice. Just two of hip-hop's biggest legends buried in the ground. It seemed like the case had been buried with them until one day, everything came crashing down. For decades, the murder of Tupac Shakur remained one of hip-hop's biggest unsolved mysteries. Theories, speculations, and accusations flew around like bullets in a rap feud. But in 2023, the streets started talking, and the police finally listened. Enter Dwayne Keefe D. Davis, a man who had been running his mouth for years, dropping hints about his involvement in Tupac's killing. But this time, he wasn't just running his mouth, he was being arrested.
Tupac and Shook, they never show up.
In a police interrogation, Keefe was asked a loaded question. Does he play a role in this thing? And without hesitation, Keefe answered, yes, yeah, I think he did. And just like that, the biggest name in hip-hop history, Diddy, was officially tied to Tupac's murder. Keefe claimed that Diddy had put out $1 million bounty on Tupac's head, money that was supposed to be paid to the Southside Crips for carrying out the hit. But the payment never fully came through. Instead, Diddy used his associate, Eric Zip Martin, as the middleman. Zip allegedly pocketed the money himself. Zip got paid by Puff at some point, Keefe stated. After Tupac's murder, Keefe tried to reach Diddy multiple times, even recalling a chilling encounter in the parking lot of the Hollywood House of Blues. He just backed up. There were girls all over him, but he kept watching the car. And that wasn't all. Hip-hop's biggest names started throwing shade. Even Eminem took a jab at Diddy in his song Fuel, implying that he had a hand in both Tupac and Biggie's deaths. The whispers were growing louder. The empire was cracking. The witnesses start talking. The lawsuits started rolling in. One name that shook the internet was Ashley Parham. Her nightmare began in 2018 when she casually mentioned at a bar that Diddy might have been involved in Tupac's death. Wrong move. Days later, she was allegedly targeted, threatened, and set up for sexual assault by associates of Diddy. Parham's lawsuit detailed horrifying accusations that Diddy allegedly threatened her, held a knife to her face, and even attempted to carve a Glasgow smile, a signature facial mutilation technique. She also alleged that he and an associate tried to forcefully insert an IUD into her before resorting to even more grotesque methods of sexual violence. Parham claimed Diddy later tried to pay her off, insisting the encounter was consensual. When she refused, he reportedly threatened her family. This was a complete empire collapse. And then came the biggest shocker of all. After years of skating past accusations, Diddy was finally arrested in 2024. The music mogul, once untouchable, now found himself behind bars, staring at the reality that he might never walk free again. But the drama wasn't over. A former member of the band Chopper came forward with explosive claims about Diddy's secret lifestyle. During an interview, Chopper described walking into a recording studio and witnessing Diddy engaging in what he describes as things that were unforgettable to my eyes. While he tried to stay neutral, Chopper didn't hold back his personal views.
I'm not gonna say Diddy is straight. You hear me? I'm not gonna say that. I know what a straight man is, and I wouldn't 100% say Diddy is straight. I don't think nothing wrong with being gay as long as you're proud of being who you are. But I think Diddy has fondled in the closet a lot in his life, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
He even claimed that his contact with Bad Boy Records was easy to break because he had caught Diddy in a compromising position with another powerful figure in the music industry. Once I saw that, I wasn't feeling that bad boy no more. Chopper also compared Diddy to Suge Knight, saying, "The difference was, if Suge was into some weird shit at parties, he'd tell you up front. But Diddy, he expected everyone around him to be okay with whatever he did."
There is no crime of being a freak, but you know, if you gay, it's okay. Let it be known. Like, you did. Maybe they wouldn't look at you so crazy, because the accusations that they giving you, Diddy, with the dudes that's suing you from all that type of shit. It is only a certain amount of time towards people from different walks of life can keep saying the same thing and it don't be true. You heard me? It got to be some truth to that. You did. So all I'm gonna say is, at the end of the day, you know, do I think Diddy gay? I don't know what that means. Do I think Diddy is a bisexual? Yes. Yes, I do.
And just like that, the illusion of Diddy's power shattered. As of 2025, Sean Diddy Combs remains behind bars, awaiting his next trial in May 2025. The rap industry, once divided by East Coast versus West Coast, is now united in one thought. The truth is finally coming out. After decades of silence, Tupac's case is no longer unsolved, but the final chapter is still being written. But what do you think? Who else will fall? Who else will talk? And how deep does this rabbit hole go? Let us know in the comment section below, and make sure to check out more Diddy stories on our channel.